User can select. So here, after selecting those add-ons, one or both, when I click on place order, the place order summary will come. In the bill summary, it should show the details, what we have entered in that. I can create the details. Just here we are designing a data list and data term actually. Data list and data term we are designing. We can create and display in tables anywhere we want, you can show. Actually, model is coming. In the model body, we are displaying the data. Customer name, mobile, all these, we are displaying the data. So here, for this, we need to implement the functionality. Screen is visible to everyone. You may be facing some problem, just once verify yourself. Screen is visible to everyone, na? Shared, na? For everyone, screen is visible. You check your side, right? Yeah. Now, in this design, fine. Okay. We need to implement the functionality here. We need to implement the functionality. So, suppose here we are configuring the functionalities. Yeah, fine. When I click on place order button, I need to get the summary of the details. You can display anyway. You can put a table or data list. So let's see how to do that. Here, a lot of points are there you need to understand. First, we need to collect the details from the text boxes, name and mobile text box. Then first step, observe carefully what we have to do is, for these text boxes, this is name text box. For them, we need an ID as txt name. Okay. For mobile, ID txt mobile. Okay. These two are very simple. We can access the details. So one is ID, another one mobile. So we can access the details and display. Remember, we have to do that. IDs need to be defined for all controls correctly. Txt name is name text box. Txt mobile is mobile text box. Okay. Now, here we are having radio button. The radio button name is meal. It is related to burger. Then the value we will give as OMG burger. Okay. And ID OPT burger. OPT burger. ID. OPT is option. These are all our own names. We can give any name. Value, because when we select, we want to get its value. Okay. Roller also value OMG roller like this, and ID as OPT roller, OPT burger, OPT roller. Fine. Now we have add-ons. Add-ons, we have checkboxes. This checkbox value is large fries. So large fries. The value is large fries. The checkbox value is large fries. Okay. Next, ID for the checkbox is OPT fries. Okay. Checkboxes user can select more than one, right? And this checkbox value is brownie crusher. Okay. And ID then this definition here I want customer name, then ID LBL name. This ID is LBL mobile. LBL is for label. Labels are used for just displaying. And ID LBL meal. Okay. And ID LBL amount. LBL amount. Okay. And here ID LBL. This is not amount. This is LBL add-on. Add-on. ID LBL total. Total or amount like that. Okay. That is the location where we want to display the details. Display the details. Okay. Now, first make sure that all are having proper ID. Proper ID. Right. So we are configuring them proper IDs. So let's see how we can manage this now. So what we have to do now is all are having proper IDs. When all are having the proper IDs, we need to display them. Means we need to collect the information from them and handle them. Okay. Let's see how we can manage. So first option is we have to write logic for order button click. Everything should happen on this order button click. Let's go to order button click. So place order button click. So you need a place order button. Let's see where is place order button click. This is place order button click. This is place order. On that button click, so we have to write all the logic. That means on click. On click is equal to bill summary. Bill summary should be calculated. Okay, bill summary function will be called. Let's write the function at the top. In the script, we need a function. Bill summary. Okay. This function will be called. This function will be called when you are defining when you are clicking the button. Okay. Now once you write the function, first step, we need to collect all details. Let's create variables. Var. So name, txt name is equal to document.getElement by id txt name. That means this is name text box. Okay. Name text box. Then txt mobile document dot get element by id txt mobile, that is mobile text box. Okay, so name text box and mobile text box, they are ready. Okay, next important is we need to configure other controls also. Where opt burger document, that is radio button, get element by id opt burger, that is radio button. Similarly opt roller, that is another radio button, document get element by id. Okay, so these are radio buttons. Fine. Now check boxes. opt fries document get element by id opt fries and where opt crusher document get element by id opt crusher. Yes, fine. Now once we design this, so we have all the points collected. This is where from we need to collect the text boxes. Actually we need to collect the text boxes, right? What to do now is, once we get the text boxes, so we have to text boxes, radios and check boxes all are collected here. We are collecting all of them, right? Yeah. So after collecting all of them, what we need to do is, name mobile are easy because they are just text boxes, we can get value from them. But burger, roller are radios and others are check boxes. Then it is little bit difficult to manage them without knowing the logic. First we have to handle it, right? Let's do one thing. What we will do now is, first we will declare some more variables. What are those variables? One is already name is there. Customer name is equal to txt name dot value. Okay, where mobile number, so number txt mobile dot value. We are collecting these two. Next, where variable, we have a next option is after the mobile. What we need to do is we need to get the meal name. So meal name, I will keep it empty. Okay, later we will put it. Another var add on name, that is also empty. Another var meal cost is initially 0. Okay, where add-on cost is equal to 0, add-on cost also 0. Another one is total is also 0. Okay, these are the things we need to calculate: meal name, add-on name, meal cost, add-on cost, and total. These are the things we need to do. So first, so meal name, how to get the meal name? How do we define the meal name? What is the logic? In choose meal category, we have two meals, burger and roller. If user selects burger, then meal name should be this burger radio button value. You see burger radio button, we have burger radio button. So this is burger radio button. Its value is OMG burger. That is meal name. And what is its ID? OPT burger. How do you know whether the radio button selected or not? To know radio button selected or not, we have to use checked property. We have to use checked property. That means if radio button is checked, then get its value. So how do we write the condition here? So condition we have to write if, we have to write an if OPT burger dot checked. That means if burger is selected, then what should happen? Meal name is equal to OPT burger dot value. That means the value of radio button will come, burger value. That will be meal name. Another meal cost will be meal cost, how much for burger? Meal cost is 150. Meal cost is 150, its number. Now you should not write else. Why? Because if you write else, first it will check burger, then it will come to roller. No, both are independent. User may start with any one. Then what you have to do is better. When you are dealing with that, what we need to do here is we keep everything in a better way. That means like what we can do is simply we can check roller also again. This is what we call forward jump. That means there is no else. Why there is no else? Because if you write else, what will happen? First it will check this one. After that it will check the second one. It should not check this at all if it is not selected. Then better keep it independent. Second one is if OPT roller dot checked. That means if roller is selected, checked is a HTML property which is used to verify whether selected or not. Am I right? It is used to verify whether selected or not. Then meal name is equal to OPT roller dot value, and meal cost is, out of these two only one will be selected. So we don't need to worry, only one option will come. So it is 120 rupees. That means it is 120. That is the meal cost. Okay. After selecting the meal, here I selected burger. After selecting the meal, user will choose add-ons. In add-ons, again user can select any one. User can select both. Right? User can select nothing, ignore. Because checkboxes allows to select one or many or nothing. Then what should happen is user, remember we are not writing validation. Many people comes and ask a question like, sir, if I am not selecting, what should happen? What should happen? Nothing will happen. You have to write logic for that also. It cannot know by itself whether you selected or not. You have to write logic for every concept that you want, right? Here we are understanding if condition. That's the reason related to that we are defining here. Okay, now, so I'm defining here. So I'm defining here, I'm configuring this here, okay? So this is, out of these two, user can select any one or both. Then again, if condition. If OPT price dot checked, because checkbox is also checked. If price is checked, then add-on name is equal to OPT price dot value. Another important is if user is, what is the add-on cost now? And very important is user may select more than one. Then first user selected some crusher, after that he selected fries. Then this value should add to this variable, because add-on name may contain two values or one value or nothing. It can be anything, right? Then what we do is, here we will write plus equal. Plus equal means already if anything is there, to that it will add one more. Radios are not like that. Only one will be there. But add-on can be more than one. That means you can add, you have to add to existing. If you don't add to existing, the last one will replace others. So that plus equal means keep the existing and add this also. Okay. And what is the add-on cost? Add-on cost, price cost is 60 rupees. So 60. Okay. Now, very important. This cost should be added to meal cost. Means already whatever meal cost is present, to that add-on cost should be added. That means meal cost is equal to meal cost plus add-on cost. That means whatever the meal cost is there, to that meal cost, this add-on cost must be added. That means they selected roller and they selected fries. Then to roller cost, fries should be added. That means it should be 180, like that. Similarly, if OPT crusher dot checked, if they selected it, then add-on name is plus equal to OPT fries dot value, sorry, OPT crusher dot value. Important, we can create array, we can add elements into array. That situation I will show you in another technique. Here we will use a simple technique, because if you are dealing with a collection more than one, then better always use array. Here we will use simple a plus equal, into that we will add it. Okay. Now what should happen is add-on cost. Add-on cost is equal to, add-on cost will be 40. Okay. Because crusher cost 40. And now this also should be added to meal cost. Meal cost is equal to meal cost plus add-on cost. That means this also should be added to meal cost. So finally, all details, the complete cost is present in meal cost. That means total is equal to meal cost. Okay. Now all the details are ready. That means we have customer name, mobile number, meal name, add-on name, meal cost, add-on cost, and total. All values are collected. We need to display them in label. We need to display them in label. Label means we need to display them inside this just text box. So the text box. That means this data list is there now. In the model data list, I want to display them. I want to display those details. Then what we have to do is, so for the data definitions, we given label LBL. Okay. So here we need to write the logic. Document dot get element by ID. LBL name dot inner HTML. LBL name dot inner HTML. That means data definition. Inside it, we have to enter customer name. Customer name variable will be assigned. Okay. Document get element by ID. LBL mobile. LBL mobile dot inner HTML. So here mobile number will be displayed. Okay. Document get element by ID. So LBL meal dot inner HTML. We have to get meal name. Meal name should be collected. Okay. Document get element by ID. So here we want the cost. Remember, when you are defining the meal name, meal cost also we can get separately, or simply we will put here LBL add-on name. LBL add-on. So spellings, capitalization, you need to be correct. So once verify that. So yeah, LBL add-on, O uppercase. Okay. So here we are writing LBL add-on name, add-on dot inner HTML. Here add-on name, we have to get the add-on name. Now very important, add-on names can be more than one. We will do one thing. If they are more than one, add-on name, if they are more than one, then at the end we will put a BR, line break. That means in a new line it will be displayed. So plus BR in a new line. Every add-on will be in a new line. Okay. Next, one more. Document dot get element by ID. We have LBL total. I want to display the total dot inner HTML. So here we need to print the total. Total I want to print with suppose a quote ampersand hash 8377 semicolon plus total. Okay. Now everything is ready. Now once refresh this page, enter the customer name and mobile number and choose meal. Here selecting OMG roller. Okay. It is 120. After I selected add-on brownie crusher 40. That's it. And I click on place order. Then it should collect the details and display the details. And you can see the bill summary. Customer name John, mobile, meal OMG roller, add-on brownie crusher. Total amount is 160. Okay, I will do one thing. Close. I will add large fries also into add-ons and click on place order. That means 60 added. Okay. Now you can see add-ons large fries and crusher brownie. And the total amount is 220. Suppose I am removing fries, removing brownie crusher. That means I will remove brownie crusher from the selection. Place order. It will be 180. because roller is 120 and 160, 180, and add on only large fries. If I remove this, add-ons will be empty. You can see there are no add-ons. You can put a logic also. If it is empty, then put something saying that no add-on selected, or you can even hide it. Such things we can do later. Initially, so I selected brownie crusher. It is crusher brownie. Total amount is 160. Okay. I'm changing my meal here. I'm changing the meal to burger 150. And my add-on is brownie crusher, and it will be 190. Total amount will be 190. And my meal name is burger. And I'm changing here large fries also added. It will be 250. It will display. The bill summary you are displaying in a model, and in the model it is showing the summary and displaying. Inside the model, how you can display data list, data terms, that all your requirement. You can put anywhere. You can put side by side. You can keep in different effects also, right? We can add our own effects for them, right? Technically, you need to just understand how to do that. Understand how to do that. Means logic is important. Presentation you can do. Suppose if you want to keep side by side, so what I can do here is, suppose I am using a data list is present. You can use tables also. So this is DL. I am creating a class called list. And you can see it is having list group horizontal. Already I told you. So list group horizontal. We can define that side by side will come, right? So, or simply I'm just using summary list. Okay, I'm using summary list. Means we are using our own class here. And in the style, I'm writing dot summary list. Summary list, here we are defining. Summary list, we are defining some width as suppose some 40% of the content. Summary list will be that. I click on this, refresh, and I entered some details. Other details not entered, or you selected, right? So, and place order, it will be like this. And if you want to keep side by side, generally what you can do is, so that is the data list. This is the data list. And data list is defined with summary list. In the styles, what we can configure here, in the styles, what you can manage is, so we can define, so data term, DT. Data term I defined as some float left. So margin right, so we defined right margin. Margin right is 10%, okay. Suppose I defined max width. So max width I am defining, suppose 40% max width. And we defined font weight already, it is bold, no need to change. Data definition. So we will define margin left, some 50% margin left. Margin bottom. So margin bottom, some 5 pixel, so or 5 pixel or 10 pixel. So we are defining like this. And data definition, we have different colors and effects like this. After data definition, have one more option. Data definition we can keep after. You remember after. After I put content. After every data definition, content will be empty. and display we will put as a block, means in a new line. So clear left, clear left. So we have to left side clear the contents, anything is there for the definitions. These are all general things. That means it will keep the content like this. Width you can adjust a little bit. So for the content, suppose here max width. So summary list. Suppose it is width is suppose some 60%. Max width is 60%. Okay. Then usually what happens, it will display in this way. Observe here, I entered the customer name, mobile number, I selected a meal, I selected add-ons, and I am choosing place order. The details will come like this. You can keep side by side. So we can adjust this width to 100%, 100%. We can keep maximum width left, margin left how much, right? We can configure margin right how much, right? We can adjust the contents. It depends on how you want to configure. You can use columns, rows like techniques also for that, right? We are choosing the meal, we are choosing the add-ons, and display it will be in this. We can keep more left, more right adjustments we can configure. So it depends on your requirement. So here I am giving only margin as right margin as 10%, left margin 50%. You can also use columns. You can also use the columns, means row column options. I told you, you can use row column also. With Bootstrap, we can define them. This is one we are using by using summary list. This is not required for Bootstrap learner. Why? Because in Bootstrap, you have done a lot of other things. I will remove this now. Okay. That means I cleaned up. I just showed you. I am not giving that example because already you know it. How to keep side by side, you try. Now this is the point here it is showing. So how you mention bootstrap effects. Bootstrap effects means to display the side by side content. So here for this, we are applying the class. We are applying the class row. And every data term will be in a row. In the row, we have the columns. That means we learned here. So this is DT. So we will put a class as a row. In the row call, how many columns it should occupy? Some 3 columns. All right, row columns. In the row columns, how much? Similarly, data definition. Here we have to define a class. And this is call. So call how much, that is 3 or 10 or 9, rest of the columns how much it should occupy. So these type of effects you can apply. Already we learned about them, right? So presentation, you try. I'm just giving a point that these are all the options you can manage. You can use a table also for presenting the information. So initially, this is enough to understand about how do we deal with a simple condition options. So you try to design this example now, right? So this example with all the options defined here. So the bill summary, getting all the details and displaying. Remember, we can display even the photos of the meal they selected. We can display the photos of add-ons they selected in a thumbnail preview. For that, better we will use a later concept called arrays. By using arrays, we will manage that, right? But this is a simple example for here. Our main concentration is if conditions. If conditions. That means the main concentration is if. A simple if without any else. In what kind of situations we use? Many people ask, why you haven't written if else for radios? Why we should write if else? Generally, if I write if else, what will happen is first it will check this checkbox, then it will come to second checkbox. If user is selecting the second checkbox, why you are checking the first checkbox also? It is waste of time. You can see the debugging also. You can see the debugging also, right? You can see the debugging also. You can handle the debugging also. Debugging is how the debugging works. I will show you. Open this in the browser. Press F12 function key. F12 function key. A debugger will come. In this debugger, you have sources. You have sources category. In the sources category, you can observe in the sources category. In the sources category, you can see. I will go here. There is ifdemo.html. Open that ifdemo.html. Open that ifdemo.html. In the sources category, open it. So double click. Ifdemo.html opens. This is the code. Now in this code, observe carefully. Here, what I am doing is, this is button click. Now on button click, at line number 16, at number 16 line, it starts execution. Now what I will do is, I will simply put here a click on line number 16, that is called breakpoint. It keeps a breakpoint. This breakpoint will pause your execution. It will pause your execution. You click on that breakpoint again, it will remove. You can keep any number of breakpoints at any number of lines. So execution will pause there and it will tell what is happening there. As of now, I will not put breakpoints all here. I will put breakpoint at if conditions 33. Here I kept the breakpoint. Okay, see what will happen now. I will refresh this page. After refreshing the page, you have a breakpoint. Enter the name, enter mobile number, choose a mail and choose an add-on. Okay, and click on place order. When I click on place order, observe carefully. When I click on place order, then it comes here. The debugger comes here. Observe carefully. In the debugger, you can see that it stops here. And right side, you can see that. You can see here itself. Actually, right side, you can see local. In the local, we have add-on cost is 0. Add-on name is 0. Customer name is John. Mobile number is this. We collected all these details. It is collecting all the details. All the details. Observe carefully. It comes here. OPT burger. Is it selected or not? It is true. Checked is returning true. Observe. It is returning true. Then what will happen is, I click after pausing there. What you have to do is, you can see right side there is step over, or you can use F10 function key, or there is a button called step over. Click on the button step over, then it will go to the second one. That means it will go into the if condition. After that step over, it will finish that meal cost. After that step over, it will go to the checkbox, second checkbox. So I will click step over. It will come out of it. It will not go into this second one. And click on the next one. That means what is happening here? It is not going into this. second one is not executed. Second one is not executed. If I selected the roller as option, then it will directly come here. It will not check the first one. That means it will not verify that. And you can see the meal name is burger. Meal cost is 150. Then it comes to fries. If it is checked, step over, second one, it will go into fries and it will collect the fries. It will add to the total and it will come to the checked. Here crusher is false. If crusher is false, it will come out of it. It will come out of it. That means it is not going to execute. And you can see the meal cost is already 210 because meal cost is, it is having the old value is 210. This is 210. The add-on cost is 60. Right. Finally, the meal cost is applied to the total. Right. To the total. And it will print the details. That means click on next. Next. It will apply to all the labels. It will apply to all the labels. And finally, it will finish the execution. It will finish the execution. It will finish the execution. Completed. Once the execution, I am using Bootstrap, so it will come into the Bootstrap concept also, Bootstrap option also. But important is you click resume script execution, build summary will come. You can see the build summary will be displayed here. Now the point is, our main intention is, if I write else block for if condition for radios, then what happens? Mandatorily every time it has to check the first one and come to the second one. If user is selecting the second one, then better execute only the second one, not the first one. That is the intention here. That's the reason you have to better write a simple if every time. This is called forward jump approach. Forward jump means if it is satisfying, it will continue. Not satisfying, skip. Go to next step. That is what actually in selection we call as forward jump technique. So in this technique, you will have a if without any else clause, right? So this is one example of handling this. So you have to try this example. If you can try this example by your own, with your own images and effects and all, you can add some more meal items. You can write some more conditions. You can add some more add-ons. Remember, we can use drop downs. We can use others controls also. But here I am just designing to understand if condition. That's the reason I am just using radios and checkboxes. In later examples, we will use other controls, drop downs and list boxes, how to use them. We will discuss about that. Now, if you can try this, and if you are successful in this, you cannot ask like shortcut. You may ask like, sir, so much lengthy code. So much lengthy code. Is there any shortcut for this? Shortcut is, this is the last shortcut I have used. There is no more shortcut than this. The shortcut than this is better use jQuery. More shortcut than this is better use Angular. So, but there is no other way of doing this in JavaScript. This is the maximum shortcut I have given. That means you have to write all this in JavaScript. Mandatory. There is no other choice. There are no other shortcuts. So the maximum shortcut is here. If you want more short, then you can use jQuery. jQuery looks more little better, less code. More than jQuery, AngularJS looks better, very less code. But for that, there are different techniques. In jQuery also, I will show you how to handle them. Then you can reduce. But design is mandatory. Na? Design, there is no shortcut. 100% you have to design in this way only. Or we can use different designs, but there is no shortcut for design. This is all should happen. That means this example is approximately for us 200 lines. right? All the options we have defined here. Now, if you can do this, I will give you a task tomorrow. This is enough for today. You try this first. I will upload this complete example and you try this today. And tomorrow, you tell me if you are successful or facing any problem in it. If you are successful, then I will give you a task based on this that you have to do by yourself. If you can do that, that's good. Now, next step, we will see the other conditions, if else, switch cases, how to use them, and how to design the examples. Okay. So that we will discuss in our next session. Tomorrow, we will continue with that. Okay. Hope everyone will practice this. Huh? You practice this, and tomorrow let me know if you are able to do this or not. So if you are able to do this, then it is very good. Now I will give you an exercise based on this.